Okay, so welcome to this weird little thought experiment. So I was thinking, what if you took a Fire Emblem roster and you cut it in half? And that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. So I'm going to be taking the roster of Andaron Saga, which has mostly units that I enjoy, and I'm going to chop it in half. I'm going to take like half them out. So whoever's in the safe will be safe, whoever's cut will be cut, and we'll go back and forth between the two. So I'll save someone, then cut someone, and then just go back and forth. So we're going to start with Bod. Main Lord for the first 12 chapters, he has to be safe pretty much. There's really not much choice here. I won't always save someone based on plot relevance, but when it comes to the main lords, I pretty much will. And sacrificing Thea to save Bod because it's the, we're not gonna miss the, she's like one of the worst units in the game. Next up, we're saving Jaka, again, main Lord syndrome, and I'm going to be cutting Jesse because I do not like maintenance units one bit. I always hate them. I hate him, I hate Drago, I hate any other unit in Fire Emblem who can be considered a maintenance unit. And I don't have any problem with like investment units. Like if you want to give like one unit a bunch of stat boosters and XP to get them good and then they will be good, that's fine, but I don't like units that take constant maintenance. I find them very annoying, and unfortunately for Jesse, he is definitely one of those. And you know what, let's just keep going in order here. I'm gonna save Coulter because early game thief. Who do I get rid of for Coulter? Who do I sack for Coulter? I'm trying to think. You know what, Caroline's pretty problematic in terms of story. Let's get rid of her. She might be the only mount that actually gets cut. Man, we just keep on going in order here. I'm saving Lilnet. And I'm going to cut Elmer because he is one of the bearer trainees, but I also find him very annoying as a character. So let's just give him the axe real quick. And once again, we are still going in order. We have Sam the Jagan, and I am going to cut in exchange for him. I think I'm going to take Kara Sigrid, just take her up back and shoot her real quick. Okay, I swear to God, this is the last one that I'm doing in order, and then after that we can start varying out. But yes, I'm saving my dancer for obvious reasons. I think we'll trash Runa because she never survives my playthroughs anyway. Alright, next up, I'm gonna save... Man, who do I save here? I think we'll save Fred. I like Fred. And we'll sack... Who do I sack? Who do I sack? I think Kepri. Kepri doesn't really make a huge impact. Like, you can make an argument, yeah, she's a good replacement unit, and she is, but let's be real, if you're at the point where you need Kepri as a replacement unit, you're probably doomed in terms of your run anyway. I also feel like she kind of fell victim to cut supports and stuff, because there's a lot of supports for her that are unfinished, which kind of hurts her as a character. Alright, so the next unit I will save is I'm gonna save my boy Bjarki. I love Bjarki, he's the best. Look at this man's beard. Respect and fear this man's beard. And I think we'll cut Estelle, because a lot like Kepri, she is definitely a victim of support combos and a lot of other things, because apparently she was added super late. Like, I know apparently like Estelle was added like kinda last minute, and you can tell. So yeah, she's gonna just go in the cut category. Next up, we're gonna save Garum. I love Garum. Garum is the GOAT. Well, more of a horse, but I guess that's considered a racial slur in Andaron Saga, so we won't call him a horse. We'll just go back to calling him the GOAT. And in exchange for him, I'm gonna cut Madeline because nobody ever recruits her anyway. She fell victim to Xavier syndrome, sadly, and now she's just gonna get cut. Next up, I will save Victoria. And I'm gonna cut Crixus because, let's be real, he's not really a real character anyway. He's a joke character, doesn't have any supports, is kind of a bad unit on top of that. So yeah, we'll just cut Crixus, it's fine. Next up, I'm going to save Kurt. Kurt is the man. And in exchange for Kurt, I think I'm going to get rid of Varg. I never really liked Varg near this game or Rebellion Saga, so I can definitely tolerate cutting him from the roster, I think. Now, the next one is going to kind of shock people, because I think a lot of people would assume he would end up cut, but I'm actually going to save Theo. I think Theo is unique enough, good enough, and decently written enough to the point where I can keep him in the game. He is a bit of a simp in the early game, but he does get a bit of a redemption arc, so that's nice. And in exchange for him, I think we'll cut Ralfnir. Again, he's a trainee, but he's by far the worst one. Comes in the latest, has the least potential of all the trainees, and just overall, Ralfnir's kind of a nuisance. Next up, we'll save Zari, and we're gonna cut Ash because obviously, the smart thing to do is go for Miriam anyway. I mean, Miriam has flyer movement, and she's easier to recruit. Doesn't require a whole blast that you have to do to get her. And overall, I don't really care too much about Ash either as a character, so I would rather just cut her from the game. Next up, I'm going to save Boogie, because I have to, because he's too much of a meme not to. And I'm gonna cut, who do I cut? See, now it's starting to get difficult because there's like very few characters. I guess Aubrey's probably as problematic as Caroline, so we can get rid of her. We'll save Sham. I like Sham as a unit. I like him as a character. I think he deserves to stay. And in exchange for Sham, I'm gonna cut Aisha. Aisha just joins too late. She's kind of an est, very much like Sigri. However, I do definitely think that Sigri will pay off a bit better than Aisha. Like, Aisha just never pays off for me. I don't know. I've tried to use her many times, but she struggles way too hard. All right, I guess we'll save Ilonda due to plot relevance, because obviously not gameplay wise, you lose her halfway through. So yeah, let's just yoink her right quick, put her in there. I think I'm gonna cut, man, this is getting difficult. I think I'll cut Tendaris. I never use Tendaris anyway, and I don't know, maybe it's his move, but I'm just not a fan of Tendies. I don't think he pays off very well. Because I know there's an argument like, we'll just invest boots in him and he gets a lot better. And that is true, and the Drake Guard are very nice, but he's still kind of eh. I'm not a fan. Next up, we'll save Isabel. Absolutely save Isabel. Love Isabel. She's the best. And I think we'll sack Natalie. I'm just, again, all the trainees are just getting completely shafted in this video. The poor trainee units, man. The trainee units just didn't stand a chance. Well, you know what? We can save one trainee. We'll save Christina, and I think we'll get rid of Morty. Yeah, then again, see, having Morty kind of works, though, because if he's playable, his betrayal feels a lot worse. So, you know what? I think I'll sack Amelia. I'm not a fan of Amelia. I never have been, so it's a good time to get rid of her. Next up, I'm going to save Miriam, because flyer movement. And I'm going to sack Harriet, because as much as I like Harriet, and as much as I think her personal skill is amazing, she is just another healer in a very healer-heavy game, so I don't really see a need to have her, per se. I mean, even, like, with the units we've saved Ilonda, we've saved Lil Nets, like, they can both use staves, so we've already got 2 staff users. Next up, we are going to save Morty, I guess, because plot relevance, and also having him playable kind of helps for, you know, the whole betrayal thing. And I guess we'll cut... I can make an argument to cut Rod, because again, he's a secret character, so you can kind of remove him. I think the next unit I'll save is probably Ariel, because we already have Victoria, and, you know, more calves is always better. And in exchange for her, I think I'm probably gonna drop Haley, because the thing with Haley is, like, she's an archer. Archers are always bad, even when you try and make them good. There are ways to make archers good, obviously, give them good stats, which is what Andaron Saga does, and it does help a bit. Also, contrary to popular belief, yes, giving them more range does help as well to make your archers better, but you have to make your game around it. Don't just throw it in and expect it to work. I've seen so many people do that and it fails. I don't know why this became like a random game design discussion about archers, but it just kind of like, just roll with it. It's fine. Next up, I'm saving my boy Cyrus. I have to. I love this man. I respect this man's beard to death. I will sadly sack Dawn. I'm not huge on Dawn, but I will give Zacharias a slot on the roster only because more healing. And, you know, it's nice to have a pre-promote early enough in. But in exchange for Zach, I think I'm gonna have to give Jahira the shaft. Next up, we will save Galachad. We have to save Galachad. He's the Chad. He's the GOAT of AS. We gotta do it. I'm gonna get rid of Halfdan. You know, he's an air replacement unit, right? I mean, he's good. I don't think any of the units in Andaron are outright bad, except maybe Ralphnir. But there's really no need for him. We have Bjarki, you know, we have Garum if we're talking about, like, big axe boys. Even Boogie kind of fills the role, so I don't think we need an extra big axe boy. Helga, I'm gonna save, obviously, Gale Force. Gale Force is too fun not to. And we'll get rid of Barrett for pretty much all the same reasons as Halfdan. Again, let me make something very clear about these. I like all of these units. I do. I'm a big fan of all the characters in AS. Again, minus like a few like Jesse and Amelia and Ralphnir and a couple of the ones I've mentioned, but I do have to cut the roster in 2 here, so, you know. Next up, I'm saving Shay. And I'm gonna cut... I think I'll cut John. John is just another healer. He's good. He's very good. He's, again, replacement unit, though. So we'll get rid of him. So now I've kind of put myself in a corner because I can either use the summoner or the healer who's super story relevant. I mean, both of them are story relevant, but I think Darius, just for variety, just for the fact that he has summoning. And then Albert has to get cut, sadly. I think that's how this ends up turning out. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's a big roster. There's sacrifices that need to be made, but yeah, I think this is how it turns out. Tell me in comments what you think. Tell me what you would cut, what yours would look like. Tell me how I'm stupid and wrong because this is the internet and that's how this works. Anyway, thank you for watching and next time.